tournament, specifically against Dom 1. Rexen, though, still might be able to assist here with the F2 in hand. A very popular, very comfortable gun for our front-forward fraggers, and will be no exception here for him. But Shepard as well, able to respond and knock out not only Kansan, but with Always stepping up to the plate. He'll find Rexen too. Things suddenly turning for the worse here as the Soniqs fall behind into a 2v3. Still with a little over a minute to play, but they're going to have to make their forward push in with only Yeti with a DMR and Super to assist.
It's a huge problem now for the Soniqs, but now luckily enough, Super will be able to take down Scythe or Yeti, looking for one out here on the billiards. Double forward, but with the lower angle now open, Super will be able to hold these feet, won't be able to tag up the player, and oh no, Yeti loses out the fight. It's a triple for Always as Empire looks to shut down this round.
That's the downside of the DMR there. A little bit hard to hit him in those clutch scenarios, so Yeti finally falters after having a relatively good round aside from that, to be completely fair to him. And then, of course, the pump from the M590 quickly shuts down the last member of the team.
Holding on to this for a time, seeing if he can possibly rotate out and find himself some Soniqs members. The Shepard gets drawn out in sight. Not very much time for Soniqs to get much done.
Grixer continuing to sneak forward here to try and see if he can get an angle against the kitchen window with only 15 seconds left. This is a alarmingly calm push from the Soniqs right now, as they're still going to try to get themselves in position to swing out over here into barrels. Yeti with a good first entry for the team here as they get close to the site, but the immediate response is there's going to be a sea of blue on the kill feed here as no one can get into the site, and Grixer is just left wondering what to do as he can only find one singular trade. And again, things will end out on the null timer as we see Empire pick up a second consecutive round. As they still have the sledge in play, but now no longer any time to try and knock out all those floorboards. They'll have to force their way in. Kansan actually being given a lot of real estate here as he creeps forward. No one on Empire obliging to peek against that. Kansan's going to be able to waltz right in. Shepard doesn't even realize it, so Kansan gets away with one for free. But again, just like the past two rounds, the trades are immediate. Super's left alone in what was a 1v4, made it a 1v3, but he's got less than 10 seconds left now, and the cutoff will finally be established from Always to shut him down. 3 in a row for the Russians.
Both of these are actually still solid.
That's so unfortunate here, and this is what I was hoping to see, is Grixer, someone else taking up position to punish that impact play, but finally it shows up. Unfortunately, they don't have a good capability to now work their way forward, as someone else from Empire can just take up that player's position. But a 1-for-1 exchange is at least found. Grixer just challenges through the laser gate, eats all that damage, and Always will oblige, ready to take the duel himself, taking out Grixer, and again, leaving the Soniqs with a disadvantaged player count. However, Rexen is quickly going to try to make up for that, but he'll have to do it alone as Joystick finds the exchange against Super, leaving Rexen on an island here in a 1v3. Multiple angles to contend against as he tries to go for this swing on the 90 corner as well, so it's so tough no matter which way he plays it. To be fair though, Empire gonna give him a lot of room to swing out towards, but he has no time. Didn't leave himself enough to be able to run out, grab the case, and throw it onto the ground, so he just has to try and gun duel this one, and he will get one more, but that is it. Empire with 4 in a row as they continuously shut down all these attacks from the North Americans. Away from this one, as they do have to be careful about losing too many players here. Lots of pressure coming in from so many different places on the Soniqs end right now, so this may be a little hard to get a hold of for Empire, but Dan comes in, a great assist as he takes down Yeti, but immediate exchanges are found by both Grixer as well as Rexen, and Grixer carries it forward even more. This split play is perfect for the Soniqs as they overwhelm the entirety of the Empire roster by spreading out their own and shut down finally a defensive round here, giving them an attacking pickup.
Inside of the hookah wall, but fortunately nobody home, especially for the Soniqs, as they'll be able to use this verticality to take down Joystick. He rotates back into sight. They found their frag, but there's only 30 seconds remaining.
Soniqs oftentimes the comeback story, and they're looking to make it happen here with the second round in the end of the first half. Grixer and Rexen working together here to rip apart the roster of Empire as they're down to only 2, possibly 1 in a second, as Grixer gets himself another one and one more on top of that, because why the heck not? The harassment from him is enough to negotiate control over Sunrise, and with that, we will see the Soniqs pick up a second round here.
Holding on to VIP, but they haven't been able to secure a frag down low just yet, and as soon as I say that, Joystick will take down Kansan. Joystick now holding the cross here as well, not able to secure the kill onto Grixer, but so much damage shot back and forth in between these two. Empire now looking for the site instead. Dan holding on to things in lobby, but Yeti will shut him down. Leans out into Shepard's frag as well here. Empire starting to look for some space to put this plant down. They'll be able to clear things out, at least on this end of the site, but not before Grixer's able to take down Scythe. There's Super needing to hit some shots here. Won't be able to take down Shepard as it'll be a triple for him on the round. He sets the plan up. Rixer possibly with a stop here if he's able to find it, and he will. They know he's inside of the lobby space, and that's going to be the round as he waits to the dying moments. It's impossible for Empire to pick up the case, and the Soniqs win out their first defense. Solo here inside of Theater.
Grixer gonna see if he can maybe negotiate. Oh, Super back up, but before he does that, a quick little headshot against Dan. Nicely found. They are gonna spot that Super got retrieved here, so they'll try to crunch on that, but Yeti is fending things off at luggage side. Beautiful hold here from the Soniqs, and Empire still fighting tooth and nail to try to push their way into it, as now Rexen tears two more players to shreds here. Joystick sneaking in the back end, though. He's gonna make this a winnable clutch, especially with 30 seconds left, and he'll just get it done. Nicely done from Joystick, as Empire finally responds, picking up their first round on the attack. Scyther hoping for an adjustment from the Soniqs, but not going to get it. Everyone's locked into the site as we enter the last 30 seconds of the round, but that's no problem for Empire, as Dan's already been able to find one additional pickup here. Yeti, though, here's the barbed wire being sliced, but never mind. Scyther still takes him down anyway. Super has found the only other response so far in this round here, as he now pushes in to try and deny the plant, takes the duel successfully against the player inside of Aqua, and then takes out the planter too. Dan's now racing to get himself up on top. Super hops off the counter defuse, but Dan still wins the battle anyway. It's a close one, but it falls into the pockets of Empire as they move up onto map point for our first match. Flush out a member of the Soniqs. They do have yellow pings as well to find that player, but no, Kansas going to be able to grab one despite the massive amount of heat being sent against him. There are three players trying to isolate him. He's able to at least guarantee the 1-for-1. Super, not so much the case though, as Dan has a much easier time finishing him off and evening out the player count. Grixer with the lineup though, nearly is able to trade out back onto Dan, but can't finish him off. He survives with a sliver of HP, but never mind. Grixer finds that final bullet, takes him down. This is the, once again, massive boost you're going to get by bringing Oryx in, because he can re-rotate back up through that hatchet office and add the extra harassment. Now the remaining members of Empire try to swing themselves back in through service, but they're suffering for the same issue. The Malusi's Banshees blocking them off, the laser gate slowing them down as well. They can't find positioning, and Rexen will finish things off here as yet another round is picked up by the North American squad.
It was intended for him. And, well, Soniqs also delaying so much time inside of this one. It's done in the last 30 seconds here as he begin to break up the floor even more, and Rexen also finding the kill onto Shepard. Kansan's still very low, so they could get that frag in a pretty timely manner, but on such low time with Grixer upstairs, this is starting to look more like a Soniqs round.
Nice pickup from Grixer, and even more going to be found as there's no longer any vertical support harassing against this plant. Dan finally picks up the exchange, but now only two stand alive here. Rexen and Kansan need to push right back in. Dan trades it again, but he's lost his planter. He needs to stick it, and there's no time left. Round number 5 is found off the back of Kansan's final kill there, and the Soniqs are only one away from triggering overtime after running a massive comeback here as we move into the last minute of play.
Empire not able to be forceful enough onto these players, but finally Rexen to go down. Kansan still in this location. The stun won't blind him out. He's looking for the kill here inside of the VIP space, but this Theater player about to pick him up. He will achieve it, and no, Scyther shuts down two. It's a triple kill for him on the round as he looks out towards white. Grixer now trying to make some hauls to try and get something done here, establish some new lines of sight so they can try and slow down Empire, and it's a 2 versus 4 here as they try and stave off this round.
Bit of a slow build-up here for Empire, however, so still the chance for the clutch to come in. That's a bold peek from Super, but he keeps himself alive here, keeps the members of Empire inside of a cage, and now Grixer is going to be able to swing forward to take down Shepard. The numbers are palatable. A second one, now a third for Grixer as he's getting it done. Overtime is triggered as Super finds the last kill as well, and Grixer, deservedly so, pops off with a high five from his coach. Here, so I'll be curious to see what our analysts have to think about that when we head back to the command center. As always, just can't get deep enough into that pocket there. Just was talking about how Kansan makes some great contributions, and just like that, he finds himself another nice pickup as Empire fall to only 2 players remaining.
A negative scoreline doesn't mean that much inside a competitive siege, especially when your teammates are shooting like this. And for Kansan, a big round for him that could be the biggest one for him here on Coast. Already able to get 2 kills as he'll be able to try and hold on to this space. He'll be naded out here as Scyther tries to take control. He'll get echo droned as he tries to push forward. This sonar blast will mess with his vision just a little bit, but Shepard will get taken down. Grixer to tag on, and well, if you could hear things
getting loud
in this space right now, let me tell you, the Soniqs with the belting screams from across the entirety of this building. Let me
Empire continue to bait out this time, which they've been doing quite well. To give them huge credit, the huge mistake made by Scyther at the beginning of the round, but ever since then, they've kept everyone alive, and more importantly, have kept the Soniqs way outside of the play box here, as now the Soniqs are going to try to flood their way in, and Dan obliges to that, tries to swing in against 4 different members of this attacking roster. The plant attempting to go down always, cannot find a clean cutoff. He's going to get it now, but only one to be picked up there. Grixer takes down a player in sight, swings in to kill the other one in the hallway, and then knocks out the last player in the site as well. Beautifully done by him, as he's the hero for this team, bringing them back from the brink, pushing them into overtime, and now stealing the first map right out of Empire's hands. The final score of 8-6.
With these last 4 drones, Dan will get rid of this bandit battery, and
both of them
obviously not the mirror window, as that explosion can't deal with that in that sense. Grixer able to at least deal some damage here. They'll punch out the mirror window and make it to where the info game isn't as strong as it once was. Dan, is he going to go for this pickup? He is indeed. This is such a risky spot to do this, but they'll be able to get it done. Lots of info coming back onto them. Always will cancel the plan, or rather Dan, but it'll be always to take the gunfight instead. Yeti to take down 1, Yeti to be traded out, and it's all down to Rexen instead of the 1 versus 2. He'll impact back and try to see if he can possibly work his way around these boxes. They don't know where he is. Almost able to hit the flick. He gets the damage off. It's all down to Dan. Both of them on very low HP, and already on Clubhouse. It's going to be a fight. Low on time now here. Obviously, it's going to continue to tick away here. Rexen playing around the box. Has the impact to toss out. Won't be able to tag Dan with it as he plays around the bomb chassis. Moving back and forth, not able to find the inside. And Dan with the pistol of all things takes him down as the Russians will get the first round.
Toxic Babes. Just seeing the first one used, however, at a little over 30 seconds leaves him with a lot more time to play out here, and possibly an outright delay entirely of the Empire push, meaning they would have to force their way past it. Here we go. One more in. That's only going to leave about a 10-second window for them to try and go for the plant, but now Super falls down. Kansan responds in from his position up inside of Garage. The impact out, but they can't find the planter. Shepard's gonna get it off for free. Kansan has no idea where this is going down, and that could lead to his death. No, he catches the planter as he steps out from his safe position, and now everything falls to always. He's not moving an inch, though. Over by that construction doorway, he wants to wait for the rotation to come back up here. Kansan needs to bait the play out. Always has missed the rotation up through red as well. Rexen will peek out against it. He knows he's here, but man, he is so solid. Rexen, though, with the one tap taken, always out there on the quick pop out from top red. He takes him down, and the Soniqs retake to trade out the rounds and tie us up at 1-1.
As they start to look in and see if they can possibly find themselves another frag. Grixer taking a lot of heat from the LMG out of Dan, and it's going to be Grixer to step up to the plate yet again here as he gets taken down.
Way too many members of the Soniqs eager to take fights here are being forced out of their position, so it's left Empire with a very winnable 5v3. However, they still have to work their way into the site. Only a clean access point so far to push in through construction, and no easy trade being spotted yet against Super as he picks up the only other player working in through Jacuzzi balcony. Rest of the team, though, quickly swinging and taking Logi control, but Kansan holds the line there for at least one more pickup. Buys time for Yeti to creep up. He's going to hold back by the big doorway. Now with the M590, that's a clean shot to knock out Always. He'll back away a reload on the SMG-11. That does open up the site play, but it also opens the floodgates for Super to pick up his first exchange. Joystick is now alone. 3 seconds to get the plant onto the ground as he finishes off Kansan, and yes, he's going to be able to start it, but Yeti can now run up. Joystick needs to complete this in one fell swoop, and he's in an exposed position. Will Yeti find him? Walks right past him, and oh, Joystick nearly turning it around, but Yeti wins it instead, and the Soniqs get a second round.
But Shepard pulling it off just in time as they're going to continue to play ring around the rosy on this wall. Shepard seriously needs some assistance as Dan takes down Yeti. Will continue to play this game.
You can hear it being plastered down once again. I think this one may have won it, however. Scyther able to pick up the second kill for Empire, as Dan also has pressure coming in from Dirt Tunnel here. No longer can the Soniqs worry about tricking. They need to fight for their lives here, as yet another kill is found for Shepard here. Finally, a push comes back out. Grixer just panic spraying now, trying to keep himself alive, but hey, it works as he knocks out his teammate. It knocks out Always right after it, but unfortunately falls a few moments later to Scyther, as a second successful basement attack is picked up by Empire. Now leaving Empire with less than a minute to get themselves into the site, and it doesn't really look like they have any construction pressure this time, so this is a very one-dimensional play here at the moment between the pressure in Garage and working themselves in from the balcony. You can see still going to be in a Rooney laser gate blocking that off as well. They're going to try to get this Exo off to open things up, and Joystick in the meanwhile has opened up another kill. Shepard with a second. Soniqs are falling to pieces here. The insight setup is just not enough, and they don't have enough presence to fend this back here. We're going to see the gas work its way out into the open, but he's way off the mark for the planter here, so Super left alone, not able to clutch it out. out, and another round going to be found for Empire as they go up to 3 here, inching towards the end of the half, where they'll take the lead on this attacking side.
Scyther inside of construction, awaiting the rotation out of Soniqs, but they're simply not going to give it to him. They will hand a Nitro Cell over as Grixer hits a beautiful shot out on the balcony, and he'll remove Dan from play.
Joystick, though, going to push in towards Logic. Oh, man, the immediate pump. However, threat from above as always trades out both of the players inside of Logi, and now the assault begins. Shepard moves in to knock out Grixer, and a second one found from him. The insight clearance is brutal, as once more a single trade found from Super, but that is it. It's surgical from the Empire squad as they wipe the floor with the defense of the Soniqs, yet again to set up a 4th round as they switch sides.
He's giving up the goods, not able to land his shots, and now he's starting to take damage from the opposite end.
Joystick with the lineup, but can't follow through upon it. Just a dodge out of position here, and into yet another member of the Soniqs as Rexon finds the cross to be able to knock out Joystick. Now the smokes start to flood back in, but the gas is going to come in from the defense here to hold them back as well. Won't necessarily stop them outright, however, especially if they have both the vision points obscured, and it looks like they've been able to accomplish that. The wrap through the CCTV doorway, though, could still stop this plan as they attempt to go for it, but Super taking a lot of heat there, but Rexon stops that threat as he moves forward. Someone needs to secure this plan, but never mind, they don't need to as Rexon just shuts them down outright.
This window out with his teammate. He'll have to play around this alibi clone as Rexon begins to move in. The case currently on Super here is he'll try and tag up always. A nade out as they try and look down. It'll actually take out Dan as Rexon will do that. Kansan will pick up yet another. Super gets tagged by Grixer from behind as they begin to plant here on the mattress. Nitro Cell out should be able to catch him, and it will. Always has the cross. He'll take down Kansan as well as he simply tries to sprint into the site. Is it 3 versus 4 now? Make it a 2 versus 4. Make it a 1 versus 4 as Yeti takes down a multitude of bodies. Joystick doesn't know where this plant's going. He doesn't have a Nitro Cell, and he doesn't have a damn clue.
The right player.
He's going to have to try and rotate up towards the other cache end, as if he goes main, he's more than likely bodied on the entry. He'll get droned out here, and well, that's going to be the call sign for the Soniqs to hold things up in construction. This is looking like an SQ round.
Joystick just spraying into the wall, hoping he gets lucky, but as you might expect, it will not pan out that way. Even that might not be happening here, as they need to rush to get themselves in position. Currently, once again, trying to suss out the intel, the positions of the members of Empire as well, but just wasting a whole lot of time here setting up. Here we go, Kansan with the moto drop, tries to go for the default cam takeout, spots out Shepard, but he wins the duel. Now Rexon sits down on the ground as well, so Super is left alone here to clutch this 1v3 again. 20 seconds to go here. Misjudges that first duel, but still can win it. However, not going to happen as Scyther claims the final 2 kills with that other member still down on the ground. And Empire find their first pickup for the defensive half. Get themselves in position to execute towards the site, so the pressure is on for both Shepard and Scyther. Shepard even watching out for the drop down he could potentially make to swing against Red. He's expecting presence to come in from downstairs. He's right to a certain extent as Yeti is positioned down there. Where is the follow-up, though? Waiting for this reload to be completed for Grixer here. Now they're going to work their way in. A drone chucked in so their dead teammate can overwatch that and make sure there's no aggressive plays. Yeti strikes true on the red push. Shepard now responds as he looks to be the true hero in this round, but he's too far back. Can't win the fight with the MP7. Yeti knocks out both players, and it's another round up on the board for the North American roster as they're racing towards a 2-0 and an upper bracket final position. Too much holding them back from going into the site, but they're scared of this Logi rotated for good reason too. Dan brought down low. Yeti nearly has that damage traded onto it, but he comes out on top of the duel. Always, though, strikes right back, knocks out the biggest fragger on the Soniqs right now, and keeps this fight even.
Come on, Yeti, 10 and 6 in the moment. Super on low HP as well. The stun in as Shepard wins out the fight. It's up to the team captain inside of a 1 versus 2. He knows there's a bathroom player. He'll win it out. Super, can you get it done on the biggest stage of them all inside of Rainbow Six Siege? Super, inside of the 1 versus 1. 20 seconds remaining. He has case. He can fake this all day up against Always. Obviously, no cameras to influence this. Always will have to do this off of his ears as he awaits this. He's just sitting in the corner. The plant now secured from Super. He'll be able to hold on to this more than likely from the balcony if he so chooses. Still inside of Awaits for now. He shifts up towards the hallway, and this could be it. Stash now for Always. Moving in through. Not able to find him just yet, but look at Super. He's moving in behind, and Super gets it done! Round 11 goes to the team captain as he shuts up everybody on the Empire bench.
The shop and pick up their own 6th.
But listen to the sounds of that hard breach, and listen to the sounds of Kansan being removed from play. It's the equalizer here from the Nitro Cell as Empire finds their mark. But with 30 seconds remaining, they have to get something done here. Rexon, can he get it done up against the Vigil? No, he cannot. Scyther dealing so much damage to him, but luckily enough, Grixer's still alive in this one, and Grixer still has an opportunity to pick up some serious frags. But look at this time. 20 seconds remain here as the smokes continue to pour out from Shepard. They're going to have to force this in a certain sense. A smoke out for Blue as well, as Super takes a lot of damage on the entry. He's down, and Empire starting to deal the damage of the Soniqs. Rexon's done inside of Blue. Yeti and Grixer, they have to get the plant down. Yeti's moved inside of Moto. He's already trying to overwatch this, but Shepard to secure it. They simply cannot work their way into the basement with all of that smoke utility inside of the space.
Already have players halfway down through main stairs. It looks like it's going to be a flood through the hatch here to try and get them inside of Arsenal. Empire does have 2 players with Overwatch in that, but the Candelas are going to blind them out. Joystick still able to hold on his own, though, as he picks up the first response, but Super full commits to the plant behind those. Can't make it happen, though. The crosses are just way too strong. Not enough players being in position down there. They've lost it outright. They've got to try and rush down through main stairs, but Dan is watching that one. This plan has failed, and more than likely going to be looking at a 7-6 scoreline here for Empire, unless Grixer can be a true hero. He's getting melted out by an Evil Eye as well, losing his only other team. Might be able to hop out through the window there and get some damage done. No one from the Soniqs can do anything here. Every single aggressive move they try to make is leading to their deaths, as now Scyther will take down Kansan outright. Super nearly caught again as he tries to get over towards Grixer to revive him. He's got to wait for this Kona station to revive itself so we can get a little juice up here. Grixer's going to try to crawl over towards him. A good chance, to be fair, that Grixer might get brought back up, but time is getting low here, and Empire are now boiling into the site. Yeti with the Nitro, but it's going to miss here. The plant's coming down from Empire, and Yeti's dead. That was the only off-site support they had. Grixer and Super have a sliver of HP remaining. The plant is down. Super will kill Scyther, but that's the only frag that's been found for the defenders so far here. Super needs to try and find a way to get in sight. The longer they wait this out, the stronger the post-plant positions are going to be, but Grixer cannot maintain. He falls. Super is all that remains here, and he goes down as well to always. Empire bring it back in overtime and trigger map number 3 of the series. Certainly aware of the downstairs presence, not entirely ignorant towards it, but still, their plans to open up more access points into the site. Reeks the Stag there as it's going to get mute jammed out temporarily by throwing the Selma down. Quickly, however, goes back into a progressive push here, as they'll be able to open that wall back up, but there we go. The main stairs player, an easy kill against Grixer for him to find. Yeti now down, and Super, once again, left in a clutch scenario. 1v3 put before him as he waltzes into bar. There's one. He doesn't catch the player behind him, however, so time's likely going to run out, or he'll just get locked onto the plant here. And then we'll see Shepard finish things off along with Always, as Empire claim a nice, simple, and easy first round. Push himself forward against that just yet. The nades instead being primed to try and find a player back by the Astro desk. Not a huge threat from there. Of course, we are going to see Always rotating into it, so that's changed up a little bit now. But again, Soniqs, where's the play? Where's the aggression? They're pushing nothing out here. They've only got 20 seconds left. They're going to have to force themselves into this setup anyway, so why not try it a little bit earlier here and at least get some good intel to build off of? No, we will not see that. Instead, they continue to look for an opening frag, and it goes pretty much how you'd expect here now that they've been forced in. Dan Always, and yet he doesn't even want to give away his life, but he won't have a choice as Dan finds his own personal second. Empire with a second round now up on the board. Recent trade, putting it down to a 2v3. Grixer maintains top-down control, but there is still another player in Astro that could come back to bite them at a later point here. They'll both fall back to the outer portion of the laundry door here. Grixer looking to maybe reinsert himself, but that goes right into Shepard's hands. Hook, line, and sinker. The second kill follows it up as well.
The player off the Astro window now as well, so it's going to be a fairly straightforward affair here now as the Soniqs have to get going. Yeti started to take some damage and a very serious kill here from Joystick to equalize. Shepard will continue to hold onto the bathroom door. Scyther to take down Grixer as well. Scyther to take down quite a few. Super to finally fight back, but Shepard's got him. It's all left up to Kansan inside of the bathroom. He'll double back. Here's the cases on concrete. It's a 2 versus 1. He can indeed achieve this if he can find the first frag. That bulletproof, though, is going to tell where he is as he tries to stick this plant, and more than likely will die here in a moment. Shepard to swing out in 5 rounds in a row for the Empire squad. I just really want to see a game between these two. It's unfortunate that we've reached this point, but Empire's just been so very dominant as they continue on. Shepard will take down Kansan, Dan to find one of his own, and it's down to the 2 versus 4 now. They have to try and fight out with only 20 seconds remaining. Always already has the pantry rotation shut down, as well as Yeti's once again looking towards Bike, but if he hops in, is he going to jump into the Frostmat? He will indeed. He gets taken down, and Empire with a clean 6-0 half. Another nade out here, but Rex is playing the cross here for Split. Are they aware that he's in this area? Now he looks away at the last second. The timing, truly insane from Always, as he's gifted yet another kill. Dan picks up Kansan, and oh, this is not looking good, John. The Soniqs not able to kill a single member of Empire just yet, and only 1 minute and 10 seconds remain in order for them to try and shut this down.
Empire looking to make a statement to end this series, and they just might get it done here. A 2v5 needs to be won out here. Super needs to summon his strength yet again, and Grixer needs to come back into this fight here, just like we saw in map number 1, but it might just be asking too much of this roster as we enter the final minute of play. Super's leaned out. He wants the fight. So does Grixer, but he can't maintain as he's flushed out by 2 different players. Super, the only one left. He can fend out a Gemini clone, but he can't stop the plan. It's a flawless round from Empire, and a perfect map as well. 7-0 in map number 3 as they push themselves into the grand finals of the upper bracket against TSM.